My name is Darren Joseph from HTJ.tax, and we're the team that seeks to demystify the sometimes confusing world of international tax. And today we have the honor and privilege of having another conversation with Mark. Mark, could you introduce yourself?
I'm an advisor to the entire financial industry on CRS, FATCA, and CARF, and I've advised the OECD and the EU Parliament and the EU Commission and the German government, etc. All this is on my website for anybody to look at.
Fantastic. So today we want to focus on UK trusts and UK underlying companies when it comes to wealth management, and especially now when we're spoiled for choice. There's so many jurisdictions all over the world. What's the difference between the UK's personal significant control, or PSC, versus the beneficial ownership definition used by the FATF?
So there's only 7 countries in the world that use PSC, and that's places like Hong Kong, the places you would expect ex-colonies. But there's only 7. Most of them have acquiesced and gone over to the FATF. You can look up why does the UK use personal significant control for companies rather than the FATF. And they say because they've got more control over the companies, and the companies are mostly domestically used. You see, because people don't use it for offshore planning. So the narrower definition of control compared to the broader range of FATF provides a higher level of confidentiality and asset protection. The UK uses FATF's definition of beneficial owner for trusts because they said that's international business. But they don't use that for companies, and that's where I jump in and use the advantages. For trusts registered on the TRS, using the FATF definition of beneficial owner, the trustee, the settlor, the beneficiary, the protect, as you imagine. But for companies owned by trusts, if you're going the PSC route, now this is where you see the difference. First of all, the PSC is always the trustee. Okay, fine. The settlor is the PSC only if the trust is revocable or the settlor can replace the trustee. Okay, so it's easy, set it up irrevocable, and if that's a problem, you can decant later. I might talk about decanting later. If the protector can replace the trustee, then he's a person of significant control. And the beneficiary is a PSC if there's mandatory distribution every year of more than 25% of the assets. So that's easy. You make it discretionary. So overall, in summary, the difference is down to the owner of a trust when you use PSC for that owner, rather than using the FATF trustee, beneficiary, settlor, etc. So if you go look up, as you said, you can go look up who's the PSC of a company. If it's owned by a trust, especially all the trusts that I use, all you'll see is the trustee, nothing more. And then there's other beneficial advantages if that trustee is in a country that doesn't have a DTA with the UK.
Okay, understood. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you very much again for sharing your incredible insight. What's the best way for someone to find you, to reach out to you, to get in contact?
My website, co-ownershiptrust.com, and then you'll find 850 articles.